What's up, guys? PSGINT here. I'm with your boy Giorgio Somegax. I think it's how it's spelled. How are you doing?
Very good, man. How you doing?
I'm very good. So, how pumped are you ahead of this game?
I'm very excited because it's a huge game.
Mm.
It's gonna be very nerve-wracking for us PSG fans because with the stuff we've seen over the last days, it's gonna be a heck of a game.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
Yeah,
So, two managers, two completely different managers. So, Pochettino, who so far at PSG has always tried to play the safest cards. Like versus Leon, when Messi was injured a bit, he took him off. He always plays the safest way. Against the big sides like City and Bayern, he played defensive football. On the other opposite side, we have Sampaoli, who's a attacking, risk-taking manager, both from Argentina. How do you think both managers are going into this game?
um, in my opinion, I think Pochettino will be a lot conserved. He'll be more careful with his decisions because it's an away game. The atmosphere will get surely in our players' head,
Mm,
especially with not the ultras there.
yeah.
Um, while Marcel's manager he has a philosophy and he sticks by it. So it will be so difficult for us to manage those attacking runs that they make that are extremely dangerous, especially with our defensive record. It's not been great.
Mm,
So Pochettino will definitely play defensive. I don't see it any other way of playing it. He will try to put a bit of pressure at the start, but I don't know.
mm. Yeah, like same as you said. I think Pochettino will go with the safest way. The thing is, a team like Marseille is like if they come up against a Bayern who aren't scared and take risks, they would beat the shit out of Marseille.
Yeah,
Because,
they will lose 12-0.
yeah, because Marseille, as soon as you go past the midfield, it's done for them. They have like two defenders left.
Yeah, and they also play in a weird formation which doesn't allow them to be constructed in the right way going defensively because attackingly they have 8 players up the pitch if they
Mm,
have the
mm,
ball.
mm.
If Payet has the ball on the left, there's so many players up. It's almost the opposite as we had with Leipzig because with Leipzig we we could get the ball behind the midfield and there were 8 players of Leipzig in the midfield area and sitting back.
Mm. The do you, do you do you see any one of them maybe? Do you think both will go with their own plans, or will one of the coaches try to find a weakness in the other team? So, for
That's a good
example, if
question.
Pochettino says, "All right, I'm going all guns blazing. I know they have a bad defense. Let's just go all out on them," or Sampaoli maybe changes something, or do you think that both will play the way they have played it so far this season?
Pochettino will never go all out attacking because we can get easily caught in the break
Yeah,
as we did with Leipzig.
yeah.
So he won't do that, especially in an attacking team such as Marseille.
Mm.
With Marseille's coach, I can see him having a bit of the fear of the names in that squad and the squad depth. So I don't know if that will go into his head.
Yeah.
So how do you see it?
Um, Pretty much as we talked about so far these minutes. I think Pochettino's gonna go safe. São Paulo's gonna go all guns blazing and just continue and try to find the weakness in the PSG squad. Um, and it will go down to mistakes and individual brilliance. Like if we win or get our chance, it's mostly like Mbappe plays against their defense or Messi does some magic, whilst for Marseille, maybe one good counter attack, Kimpembe makes a mistake or something.
Yeah.
That's how I feel the game will go.
It will be decided on moments, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So injuries, suspension, and COVID for both teams, which I found. Marseille have no injuries; they have a full fit squad. PSG have Sergio Ramos still out and Leandro Paredes out. So no big injuries. Neymar is back. Avon is back. So there's no excuse for any team. No players missing. No important players missing. Um, so this is the predicted lineup. Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Ashraf Hakimi, Nunmenj on the wings, Kimpembe, Marquinhos and in the defense, Idrissa Gueye, Herrera, Verratti midfield, and Neymar to get rested with him just coming back from the injury from international break. So Di Maria, Mbappe, Messi in attack. So this is the predicted lineup. Do you think, like with all the players available and how we have played so far, that this will be the team?
I think so, because I can see it being one of the most balanced teams.
Mm.
Because in transitions, like Gay could be sitting behind the midfield and creating a 3-back while giving freedom to the two fullbacks to exploit their attacking benefits.
Mm.
Di Maria on the left, he has played there before, but it's been a long time since he played there. So I don't know if he'll go to a more creative role and giving Messi the freedom to move in all the attacking line and create space. With Mbappe, I can see him moving to the left and Di Maria,
Right, and Messi central.
yeah, and Messi central.
But has
Joking
Posh
back,
played Messi central this season?
didn't he play him against Lyon at central?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think he did. I think he did in that game. He was decent, but not the most brilliant of performances there.
Mm.
But that duo with Verratti and Messi, it can create a lot of stuff for Mbappe,
Mm.
as we've seen. So I think this will be his lineup, 100%.
Yeah, just like switching the players in attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Donnarumma to start ahead of Navas.
Uh, I like Navas in the previous game with Leipzig, but I don't know if he should start
Mm.
again. I think he should get a rest and play against Lens, because Donnarumma, you'll need him for this game. Like he'll be fired up, as we've seen from his latest post. He's become a Parisian already,
Yeah.
so I think he'll start.
For me, the thing is with goalkeepers. I mean, we have Donnarumma, we have Navas, but for me, Pochettino has used them in the wrong way. For example, against Leipzig, I wanted Donnarumma to play because Navas had just come back from an injury, and when you play a Champions League game, you need to have a goalkeeper that has at least played the latest two games. So he is in good form because for me in football, people don't understand how important it is the combination between the two centre backs and the goalkeeper. So if Marquinhos and Kimpembe play with Navas for 5 games, and then you put in the most important game you put Donnarumma, it's weird for them. They need to be, how do you say? They need to be used to having one goalkeeper, and for me, Pochettino has used them in the wrong way. Do you think the same?
Um, I don't think the same way, because what is he supposed to do? Like, you have two world-class goalkeepers, you can't just not play one of them because they'll be unhappy.
No, no, no.
Imagine
I'm not saying you don't just play one for the full season. I'm saying if we have a big game like against Leipzig, you want to use the goalkeeper that you have used for the last 2 games.
yeah, but I'm saying that the mindset of Pochettino must be, I can't play the other one more than 2 games because the other one will be unhappy. That's why. So, um, is there a debate like Navas leaving in the January? Maybe.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now Navas won't leave PSG. We don't have to worry about that. For me, just Pochettino has to talk to both. I mean, Donnarumma, he's young. He's for the future. He's gonna stay at PSG for a long time. So playing him in front of Navas isn't that important because he will get his time. He will play his games, and Navas is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah,
Hmm?
that could happen also.
Yeah. So moving on to the one to watch for this game. My one to watch for this game is Di Maria. But I will first, before I explain why, I will ask you, who is your one to watch from this PSG side this game? And why?
From this PSG side, I really love Hakimi, and if he gets the freedom in that space, in the right hand side, I think he can create a lot of damage.
But don't you think that Pochettino would like tell him to stay back a lot?
It depends on the way that he's gonna play. If he goes very defensive, then yes. If also from an attacking point of view, my one to watch will be Verratti because I wanna see how he links up the defense from the attack. Because if we have the defenders sitting back and the attackers further up the line and nothing in midfield and creating a lot of space, Marcel can exploit that. So
Yeah.
I want to see how Verratti's gonna link up the defense with the attack.
Yes.
Maybe that's a better pick.
So is it Verratti or Hakimi for this game?
I'd say Verratti. I'd say Verratti.
Verratti. For me, it's Angel Di Maria. I think all the Marseille players are pumped to come up against Messi. Some of the players, it will be their first time play against him. And San Paulo already knows a lot about Messi. So I believe that a lot of Marseille players will be around Messi, tackling him and making it so hard. Whilst Di Maria won't be that marked as much. People will be on Mbappe and Messi. And that will give the space and freedom for Di Maria with his like really good crisp passing to Mbappe or any player. So for me, Angel Di Maria. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great choice because Di Maria is a player that will exploit the space if he has it.
Mm.
He will pinpoint passes perfectly in the feet of both the attackers and can also make a, just a cross to
Yeah.
find a cross from out of nowhere, find a goal
Yeah.
in the most simplest way. That's why I love Di Maria.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great choice.
Hmm? Uh. So yeah. So me and you think that Verratti and Di Maria will be the ones to watch.
Yeah.
So this is Marseille's lineup, the predicted lineup, anyways. So it's Lopez in goal. Three centre backs of Kamara, Kaletakar, and Saliba. Perez and Lirolola at wing backs. Genduzi, Gerson in midfield. Konrad, Milik, and Payet. So as you said before, it's this weird formation, and it's much weirder than it looks on the screen right now. I made it look as simple as possible.
This is the most simplest way you could put it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually very complicated formation by then.
Yeah, it's even hard for me and you to understand the formation. I believe even the Marseille players, it's hard for them to understand the role they have. But for me, what will be important is getting the ball past their midfield. So they will press a lot with their whole attack in midfield and wing backs, but we need to get the ball out of that place and into the attackers because then they're extremely vulnerable with only three centre backs, and Kamara even pushes up, so it may even be two centre backs against maybe Mbappe. And I would try to make Mbappe push on the left side against Kaletakar or where he is, because Saliba is very strong, very fast, and will make it very hard for Mbappe. What do you see weaknesses in this Marseille formation and team squad?
I think if the ball goes past Gerson and Guendouzi, they become very vulnerable because their three defenders are not the best of quality.
Yeah.
Saliba is very good. Kamara could be caught out of position a bit further up the pitch. And we could exploit the space, especially if we get the ball past Perez, putting a simple crossing like a Di Maria or a Messi towards Mbappe or a Ghana outside the box there. It could be very dangerous.
True.
But I think, as you stated, the critical point will be getting the ball past the midfield.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go on the right side or the left side? Like PSG attack mostly from the right, no, left side, right or right. I don't know. Like some games we attack from the right. It depends on the personnel.
Yes, it depends on the players that are gonna be on the opposite team side.
So Pochettino like finds the weakest wing back and attacks that side.
Possibly yes. Or it will be the side from Messi because it's Messi.
Yeah.
And also, as we talked previously, like getting the ball to Di Maria on the right hand side and creating that perfect pass into the box. So it could be that.
Do you see a possibility of Neymar starting?
I don't think so because he recently came back, and as we've seen with Pochettino, he's very, very conserved with players that are getting injured and coming back. If the player is not ready 1 week before, he doesn't start him.
True.
I don't think Neymar will start personally. What do you think on that?
I don't think either Neymar will start. As you said, as we can see from so far from the season, a lot of PSG players have been rested when they have just come back from an injury, so they don't get another injury. Anything more about the Marseille lineup?
That Payet and Milik, that duo there, has to be watched on 24/7. Because if a space is created there, especially in the weeks that we've seen our defense, how weak it's been, conceding almost 2 goals a game, we have to be very careful there.
True. All right, let's move on. So for this is my ones to watch. Who is your ones to watch?
Payet as well. Payet.
Yeah, he has been incredible in League One so far. I believe like 5 goals, 6 assists or something, and he's the real creative and goal scoring hub for that Marseille side. Like, Sampaoli has realized how good Payet is and will try to do everything to get him to get the ball to Payet so he can do what he wants. And as you said, I think that which side he is on, the wing backs, especially Idrissa Gueye or Ander Herrera. I want one guy to maybe even man mark Payet, take him out of the game,
or to cut the passing lane between him and the midfielder.
Yeah.
While I think it's from the right Payet or left. Is he left or right?
I don't know. I think it's extremely fluid, that Marseille side. Like, sometimes he's on the right, sometimes he's on the left.
Yeah, anyway, so Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, they have to be very careful there.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets the ball, be physical. Be physical with him. I think that PSG aren't that physical side. Like, we don't tackle that much. It's mostly Idrissa Gueye. I want more of our players just tackle him. Just like, if you see how Marseille players treat our players, we should do the same.
Yeah, but in their stadium, the referee might get influenced by the crowd,
Yeah,
and we get punished for it. So we have to be careful in those situations.
True. Yeah. So stop the ball from getting to Payet, and if he gets the ball, stop the ball going away from Payet.
Yeah, and stop panicking. Please. Stop panicking in defense. How many times, like, the simplest mistakes we make them.
Yeah. Moving on. So the table looks like this. So we are, what is it? 9 points clear of Lens and 10 points clear of Marseille. So this game means much more for Marseille than us if you look at the table. But the game still means a lot for being a derby, a rival. So Marseille will come into this game wanting a win. Do you think that PSG not needing this win as much as Marseille will be mentally negative for them?
No, I don't think that way, because our players are very hyped. They're very hyped for this game, as we seen Nuno Mendes speak, and we also seen Neymar and how his rivalry with Alvaro got on.
Yeah.
It will be a very difficult game. I personally had it as a more important game than Leipzig for me as a PSG fan.
Yeah.
But in the table we've gone clear. Like I don't think there'll be anything shocking until January, maybe.
Yeah. So I think the Marseille players will want to win more than us, but I hope that Pochettino can get them to want to win as well, make it about the rivalry. I've read that Nuno Mendes is very excited to play this derby. I believe Hakimi as well, Messi of course, Donnarumma of course. So all the new signings will be pumped to play this extraordinary game. Taking a look at Marseille, they have no absentees, as I said before. They are third in the table. Their form is it's a bit inconsistent, but they're still a good side. And that's the thing with this Marseille side. It's either going great for them or it's going bad.
So, yeah, as I've seen from their results, either they concede a lot or they don't concede. There's nothing in the middle. They won't concede 1 or 2. They'll concede 4 or 3. That's it.
So we will need to be the team that makes them concede a lot of goals. And an interesting fact from this derby is Marseille haven't won versus PSG at home since 2012. As we all know, we were unbeaten against them since 2012, but they won against us at home in Parc des Princes last season, but they still haven't won at their own pitch. The closest they have come was in 2017, I believe, when Cavani scored that beautiful free kick last minute.
But that was very good. That was.
Yeah, I remember Neymar getting a red card and everything. Do you with the I believe the third last game we played with 14 yellow cards and 5 red cards, do you see a lot of cards being given out this game?
Definitely, because it's a game with, it will be very physical towards our players, because they want to attack us, and if we go on attack, they'll definitely make something illegal. So they'll get their cards, and we'll get ours from there.
Do you see a red card being given out?
A red card, I'm not sure, because if we are very careful with it as we play the last days, personally I don't see us getting a red card. For them though, if the score gets out of hand and there's nothing to play for, like it's 3-0 in the 80th minute, they'll definitely want a fight. They want a fight. So I can see from their side, not from ours.
Okay, agree. So talking about last game, the 2-0 against Marseille. I believe Mbappe scored one, and Icardi scored the second.
I think that was the Trophy de Champions at the start of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
No. This was the second league game.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna check quickly who scored. I believe it was Icardi and Mbappe who scored. And do you remember the Mbappe goal? The counter attack, Di Maria passed to Mbappe and Mbappe just runs.
Yeah, he was water run by him. One of the few times he wasn't offside, so that was good.
Mm.
Yeah, Mauro, assisted by Florenzi.
Yeah, exactly. So Mbappe knows how to play against Marseille, and he will even want to equal Zlatan's records, and that is Zlatan has scored 7 goals in the Le Classique, uh, in the league. Mbappe has 6, so he only needs one more goal.
Can you see him surpassing that number?
Uh, well, he only needs one goal, and he has at least 2 games against Marseille this season. So yeah, I believe so. He has already broken the record for most League End Player of the Months, which Zlatan held before. And Mbappe is a very motivated player, so I see him going for that record. And
Okay.
yeah, in the last game as well, talking about red cards, Payet got the red card for the tackle on Verratti, if you remember it. It wasn't even a
Yeah.
tackle, it was just he put his foot right in his groin. It was disgusting. Even
It was
if he
just an
didn't mean
attack on
it.
Verratti.
Yeah. An attack on PSG.
They,
But
they've always been this way, shit hazarding games and
mm,
stuff.
yeah. When it goes wrong for them, they just want to destroy the game.
Just the sore loser in a kindergarten.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of.
yeah, exactly like kids. Especially now they have Guendouzi and Sampaoli. It's so much more shithousery than before. Uh, and lastly, the prediction. We can start with your prediction. What's your score prediction, and how do you think the game will go? Who will score when?
I think Kylian will score one, definitely. I think it'll be at the start of the match, like very early.
Mm.
And I can see Marseille equalizing at the 20th minute. And I'll love it if Marquinhos scored, because it's Marquinhos. Like, who doesn't love it when Marquinhos scores?
Yeah.
I predict a 3-2 win for us
Okay.
in a very tense game.
Mm.
So how you do see it? How do you see it?
Pretty much the same. So a 1 goal difference. I think that we're gonna. I think Marseille gonna score first, and then we make a comeback like Leipzig game, like Metz. A lot of games we have played, we have gone down and then made a comeback. I believe Mbappe will score, and Lionel Messi. But of course, anyone can score. But Mbappe is the guy I'm sure of will score. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Mbappe and Messi will score, and we win 2-1. It can even be a draw, depending on if we make any defensive mistakes.
Very true. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think will be the best replacement if Mbappe leaves? Because he's been critical this year and also last year.
Mm.
So what do you think is the best possible replacement if he leaves?
If Kylian Mbappe leaves, we need a striker. So the strikers that are available and linked with PSG are mostly 3 players, and that's Erling Braut Haaland, Alexander Isak, and Vlahovic. For me, and what I've read, PSG will go all out for Haaland if Mbappe doesn't sign the contract extension. And it all depends if Haaland wants to go to PSG. because he's gonna decide, because Dortmund have their release clause on him, so they can't
Yeah,
decide any
Haaland is
price.
definitely leaving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
definitely leaving. He's not safe.
He even said so, I
100%.
believe, that this is the last season at Dortmund, and I don't think he wants to stay after that 4-0 defeat against Ajax. Um, so yeah, Haaland for me, and if not Haaland, I would want Alexander Isak.
Yeah, that's the one I love. I love Isaac, and I'm so disappointed that we can't go for him. That we don't go for him because he's similar to Mbappe. Like he could be a play-up striker, while
Mm,
Haaland is not.
mm,
That's why I also like the Vlahovic option because I know he plays from deep.
yeah.
So it would be an interesting summer, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
With the
This will be the summer. For me, this will be the like best transfer window if you look at price tags and future signings and so on. Like if Mbappe moves to Real, it's a player that will play for Real for at least a decade and will break records and stuff. Same with Holland. Where he goes, he will be the main man and will try to outscore Mbappe and so on. I don't think that if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, I don't see Haaland moving to Real Madrid.
yeah,
And
I don't see that as well because if they wanna build, how you gonna build with Vinicius and you want to have Mbappe and then you want to have Haaland? How are you gonna put them all together?
mm, mm. And I've read some rumors. It's not like facts or 100% true, but that is that Mbappe doesn't want to play with Holland because he sees him as a competitor, not as a teammate.
Um, on that point, I see it as they can play together because they won't have chemistry together.
Mm,
Because Haaland is not a play-to-play striker.
yeah.
Haaland wants the ball in front of him in a like a through pass, be one-on-one with the defender and then shoot. Well, Mbappe, he's not that physical, so he can be pushed off the ball, but not easily. So he wants, as we've seen, like with Neymar, like the 1, 2, and 3 and go, that type of player. So I can see that with
Mm,
Vinicius and Rodrigo and Benzema, but not with Haaland. That's why.
true. I agree. I
But
agree.
Haaland cuts his own options out because if you want 600k a week, you don't have many places to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's either City or Paris.
Yeah,
There's no one else.
exactly. But there's still hope that Mbappe will sign a contract extension at PSG. So we will have to wait to see what happens.
Maybe a short one. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we are hoping for. But we have come to the end for the PSG versus Marseille preview. I hope everyone has enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for being here on the podcast. First time.
Thank you for inviting me. I had a lovely time,
Same
and
here.
I'll make sure that I come back if the audience likes me.
Yeah, like every PSG fan likes every other PSG fan. Like PSG has always been the channel where any PSG fan can come on and say his views, what he thinks about the games, and so on. So you're always welcome back to a preview, to a podcast, to a review, anything. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, put on notifications so you never miss any video. Other than that, guys, have a nice day.